Hi, my name's Sonia. I'm from Maddocks. I was going to play a clip from The Social Network, but I think I'm going to can that because we're running out of time. But essentially, the Facebook story and The Social Network is a really good modern tale of the startup, and it's really powerful at illustrating the things that can go wrong and or the winners and losers out of the sort of commercialisation process. And as a lawyer, I guess that's what I'm really focused on, is sort of the things that do go wrong and how to mitigate those risks. At Maddocks, what I do, I'm part of the information communication and technology team, and we really help clients along the way from idea to commercialisation. I don't know whether my presentation is going to come up. I'm just going to continue without it, and if it comes up, we'll take a look at that. But the first stop along the way is the idea. And as a lawyer, I've been a lawyer long enough to know that a good idea alone is not enough. And some examples of that are just not sort of being able to sort of seize the opportunity in someone coming to market before you. And in case in point in that is in the Facebook case, where you had the Winklevoss twins who arguably had the idea of Facebook, but it was Mark Zuckerberg who was able to come to market first. So we know the idea alone is not enough. It's about seizing the market opportunity, and the entrepreneurs who are on before really talked about that. The next stop along the way is your IP and your IP strategy. We think when we talk to clients, we talk about IP and assets as a sort of a linked relationship. So you have your assets, which are your content, your technology, and your brand, and your IP sits around that. And you can sort of have one without the other, and there's sort of no point having a successful startup business with a great brand if you don't have the IP protection around it. It really sort of devalues your brand, and that's what an investor will look at when they're going to invest in you, to see whether or not you have your IP in order. It becomes very apparent to an investor whether or not you have sorted your house out and got your house in order. The next step along the way, so we've sort of got the idea, we've got our IP strategy in order. The next sort of spot in the path is sort of doing the deal. This is where we see things fall over all the time, and it's often because the two parties just can't sort of get to an agreement, and I think that's a lot to do with startups and people who sort of haven't been at the negotiating table, not realising that things move very quickly. If you're dealing with a large organisation like Google, who's looking to acquire you, you're not the only kid on the block. There's a number of other people they might be looking at. Things move really quickly, and you need to sort of know how to have a deal strategy in order to actually be able to sign the deal and make things work. The sort of final stop in the path to success is your external environment, and I'm particularly interested in that. And by the external environment, I mean the regulatory and market environment that sits around your business, and how you might be able to leverage that to sort of so that your business is in a position to flourish. I work with a lot of telecommunications clients, and they're particularly excellent at lobbying for reform, at being proactive, and sort of making sure that the laws are and the sort of reform process is optimised for their business. And I think there's a lot to be learned from creative industries in terms of how much influence you actually can have on the political process and actually legal reform. And so I'd like to talk about that a bit more in our discussion panel. So they're the sorts of elements along the way, and once all of those things are sort of in check, then maybe you look to success. But it's certainly a very difficult path, and I'm hoping we can talk about it more on the panel.